She doesn't hate her birthday, she just doesn't talk about it. No reminders, no countdowns, no "it's my day" energy. When it comes around, she simply lets it pass quietly like a normal day. No parties, no candles. No posts. If you ask her, she'll smile and say, "It's just another day." But that line, the one that sounds so casual, usually carries years of quiet history behind it. Maybe it started when she was younger, when nobody remembered her birthday unless she reminded them. Maybe she tried to celebrate once, only to have half the people she invited cancel at the last minute. Or maybe her family just wasn't the kind that made big deals out of special days. So she learned early that joy was something you created privately, not something you expected from others. Psychologists call this emotional conditioning, when repeated disappointment teaches the brain to stop expecting celebration. It's a survival mechanism, not bitterness. If joy has been unreliable, silence feels safer. Have you ever noticed that the older we get, the less we expect from our birthdays? It's not just maturity, it's protection. A quiet way of saying, "I've learned to celebrate myself differently." In her case, that quietness became identity. She's the calm one, the low-maintenance one, the one who doesn't care about birthdays. But that label hides something important. She once cared deeply. Now she treats her birthday like an emotional mirror. She checks who reaches out, who doesn't, and what that silence says. She never admits it, but each year still tells her a small truth about who really sees her. That's why she's quiet. Because birthdays are emotional audits, not celebrations. And silence for her is safer than disappointment. Still, she's not bitter, she's just realistic. She's learned that peace sometimes means expecting nothing at all. If you scroll through social media on any given day, you'll see people celebrating loudly. Dinners, captions, surprise parties, posts tagged number grateful. And maybe she used to do that too. But somewhere along the way, she stopped. She realized that sometimes birthdays turn into performances. You're supposed to look happy even if you're not. You're supposed to show gratitude even when the truth is you just feel unseen. The American Psychological Association has written about social comparison fatigue, how platforms like Instagram and TikTok create emotional exhaustion by making people constantly evaluate their lives against others. That fatigue doesn't disappear on birthdays. If anything, it intensifies. Because birthdays become unspoken competitions. Who got the most wishes, who was surprised by friends, who looked loved. And for someone like her, who's deeply introspective, that kind of comparison feels hollow. She started wondering, why should joy be proven publicly to exist? Why does happiness need witnesses to be real? So she detached. Now her silence isn't sadness, it's resistance. It's her quiet way of opting out of what psychologists call performative positivity. That's when people feel forced to display emotions they don't genuinely feel just to meet social norms. She's done pretending for validation, but there's another side to her silence. It's not all healing. Sometimes it's defense. She might tell herself she doesn't care, but deep down, she still wonders if anyone noticed. If anyone thought to text, if anyone remembered without being reminded. That's the paradox of her birthday silence. It's independence layered over loneliness. She's proud of how self-sufficient she's become, but she still aches for quiet recognition, the kind that doesn't need performance, just presence. Have you ever tried going completely silent on your birthday? Try it once, no post, no announcement. Watch how people respond when you stop reminding them to care. That's where she lives, in that gap between visibility and being forgotten. Her silence isn't loud rebellion, It's quiet truth. It's how she reclaims control in a world obsessed with applause. Let's look at it from a psychological lens. Her birthday silence reflects something deeper than preference, it's self-determination. According to self-determination theory developed by psychologists Desai and Ryan, true well-being comes from three things: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy means being in control of your choices, and that's what her silence represents: control. She's rewriting the meaning of her birthday. It's no longer about who celebrates her. It's about what peace costs her. Every year, her silence is a message to herself: I don't need validation to feel valid. But here's where the paradox deepens. While she celebrates solitude, part of her still wants connection, just the right kind. The kind that doesn't demand energy to maintain, the kind that doesn't make her feel like an obligation. In a 2021 study from the University of Pennsylvania, researchers found that reducing social media use by even 30 minutes a day lowered symptoms of loneliness and depression by over 25%. It's proof that quiet can heal. But for her, that silence is more than a break, it's a boundary. Boundaries are rarely applauded, especially for women. When women pull back, they're often labeled cold, dramatic, or distant. But when men do it, it's called focus. That's why her silence matters. It's not indifference, it's equality. Her emotional independence doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from exhaustion. She simply learned what most people don't. Peace isn't found in noise, it's built in quiet consistency. Maybe her silence isn't rejection, maybe it's preservation. A soft rebellion against the pressure to perform happiness on demand. Here's what's interesting. When she goes quiet on her birthday, people notice, but they misread it. Some think she's mad, others assume she forgot, but she didn't forget, she just stopped waiting. She observes how people respond to her silence, and every year she learns something new about her circle. Who reaches out because they care and who only does it because they saw the reminder. She notices the patterns. The ones who text at midnight because they remember. The ones who comment but never check in otherwise. And the ones who go silent because they don't know how to show up unless it's public. That's the strange psychology of modern connection. We confuse attention with affection. Psychologists call this the reciprocity illusion. It's when we assume others feel the same investment we do, but they don't. Her silence helps her see through it. She's no longer angry when people forget, she's curious about what that forgetfulness reveals. She's studying her own emotions like a quiet scientist. And yet, underneath all that awareness, she still has her moments. Moments where she wants the comfort of being remembered without asking. Moments where she wonders if independence is just loneliness disguised as strength. Have you ever felt that? That confusion between peace and isolation, between being alone and being forgotten? That's the tension she lives in, and the beauty of it is she doesn't deny it anymore. She allows both truths to exist. She's at peace and she's still a little lonely. That honesty is what makes her whole. So, what does her birthday silence really mean? It means she's rewriting what celebration looks like. For her, silence doesn't mean absence, it means intention. It's how she listens to herself more than the world. She wakes up, maybe buys herself a coffee. Maybe she goes for a walk without checking her phone. Maybe she listens to a song that reminds her who she was before everyone expected something from her. That's her version of a birthday. She doesn't want a surprise party. She wants peace that doesn't expire after 24 hours. And here's what's most profound. Her silence isn't antisocial, it's self-defined maturity. It's emotional evolution. The APA defines emotional maturity as the ability to manage one's emotions without external reinforcement. That's her. She's not cold, she's composed. She's not detached, she's discerning. Her silence doesn't mean she doesn't want love, it means she's done begging for it. She's learned that the best gifts don't come in wrapping paper, they come in calm. Try this next birthday, skip the post, skip the performance. Ask yourself who reaches out anyway, who checks in quietly just because they care. That's your real circle. Because that's what her silence has taught her, the people meant for her don't need reminders. Maybe that's the real psychology of her birthday silence. She's not rejecting love, she's just filtering it. She's not celebrating less, she's celebrating differently. And maybe that's what healing looks like. Maybe she's not waiting for others to say happy birthday anymore. Maybe she's finally saying it to herself.